Okay, hello, gamer family. Anyways, Seth isn't here yet. I'm not even on the call yet, because I want to surprise Seth. I want to be like, oh, surprise, surprise, haha, surprise. So, yeah. If something goes wrong with like this video or next video, that's because my computer is being a piece of trash, and it says it's down to 12.5 gigabytes of storage when I know that is actually just not correct. So I'm gonna hop on the call now. Sex.
Didn't even realize I was muted.
Anyways, Seth, are you ready to start recording this video today?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you said that. It would be really awkward if you didn't, because we're actually already rolling. Screen is shared. Yeah, it would have been awkward if you said, no, I'm dreading this recording session, since I was already recording. It would have been a little awkward, to say the least. It would have been funny, though. Let's be honest here. It would have been really pog moment, funny moment. Anyways, yeah, during this video's recording, YouTube, the next banner for Fire Emblem Heroes should be revealed, which will date when this video is being recorded, because I'm going to react to it on... I'm just going to react to it entirely. You're not going to get to see it or anything. You're only going to hear my reaction, like, me being like, oh my god, is that another OC? Is that another Faye OC? Oh my god, how would I expect that? That kind of thing, of course. If I sound weird to YouTube, that's because I had a choir concert this week. I worked Taylor Swift yesterday, and I've talked a lot today, so my voice is very, how should I say it? Suicidal.
They've made it into the palace,
but I'm talking.
but it's actually the
It doesn't
perfect
hurt
chance
to
turn the
talk.
tables on them.
It just
Defeating
feels a
all
little
will turn
weird,
the
and it may
tables
sound a little weird.
Taking a
This is
risk
also the
on
first
something
Fire
that
Emblem
is the
video I've
only
recorded,
option.
since I actually set up
Prepare for a bitter
my
struggle.
Fire
Victory
Emblem
to
collection on a
advance the
shelf.
Empire.
It's no longer just laying on my pool table. It is actually on a shelf now.
It's gonna take a lot to bring this situation under control.
And it looks
Good job.
If we defeat
so
Adolf,
good. I'm not able to
then
see all of it from
victory
where I
is
am on the
ours.
couch, sadly.
Everyone,
I almost kind of want to move the bookshelf to a place where I'd actually be able to see it, you know? Because it looks so good. I'm so happy with it. So happy with it. I wish I had more than one bookshelf currently to put all my Fire Emblem stuff on. It's like all my DS and 3DS games are laying down just for space and all that. And it's time to screw up some Edelgard.
Time to let down her guard.
Steady now.
Will Adel be able to guard this?
That helps. Well done.
I'm so funny. We're both so funny.
Yes.
That door's locked.
Let's make this quick.
This game's a bunch of Sasquatches. There! Just warp clawed in there. Because why not?
What's
You
my
know?
strategy?
I don't know. What is the strategy, by left? You're the professor here, you cuck. It's your job! Do your job!
He knows the existence of the player.
Shall we?
No.
He's breaking the fourth wall.
Leave it to me.
No, just shut up. Bro, that Sword Master is actually a little gnarly.
Shall we?
Little gnarly, bro. He's a little gnarly little son of a gun. Oh, there's queso on this controller. It's actually hot sauce, not queso. Either way, I fixed it. Yeah, I need the gambit to make it possible to actually kill the sword master. Otherwise, he'll just yeet all my other guys, because he's able to double pretty much everyone in my army. And I kind of weakened him enough that, you know, that door key would have been so gamer pog to open up that door.
Amazing.
Let's go.
No, I am. Thank you very much.
I don't know who Seth was talking to YouTube, but I don't think it was me.
My turn.
It was two. Who was the one who said amazing?
I don't know. Oh, so you were talking to a character in the game. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Because it seemed quieter, so I thought, oh, is Seth, like, talking to, like, his parents or something? I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. I know that I know that I'm trying to find this door key. Oh, wow. I could have given Claude a bunch of promotional items. I mean, stat boosting items. Maybe I'll do that next video. This video is just this one map, YouTube. In fact, this route only is going to have one map videos for the rest of the route. The cats. Ah, fudge sickles. How bad the damage do you do to... Oh, yeah, health is fine. How bad it... I can't kill her yet. We're 7 minutes in. I can't kill her yet. This isn't even using the Viscum, Seth. I haven't used the Viscum this video. And I can literally end this map already. Like, my recording counter is at 8 minutes, but it also took 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds for me to actually set up properly. Then I did that whole intro bit with you. We've been playing this map for like 5 minutes at most. Dedue hasn't even gone on the map yet. Dedue hasn't even gotten here yet. It would feel wrong to end this map already. I guess I'll kill the archer. I don't...
I must confess, I never imagined that you would be able to pursue me.
I
this far.
could have killed you this
I
turn,
don't
girl.
mean to belittle your skills, Professor, but
I
you
could have...
far surpassed my
I could have yeeted you into
Inform
the
the
stratosphere.
chief. Destroy anyone who sets foot in the throne room.
That face brings back some memories. It's a shame we don't have time to catch up.
I wonder.
Sorry, I'll let you actually hear Claude's dialogue.
I wonder how Dedue's doing. I hope I get to see him again. At the ready.
Just be patient, Claude. You'll see him again. Oh, crap! I forgot to mute the Discords.
Which one was that?
Gamer's Purgatory. And I'll mute my one of employments as well. And my movie one. I posted a nice picture. I'm actually not going to say that sentence out of context. So, a Gamer's Purgatory in Zach's Discord. The main channel is currently called Cock Chat, like cock is in chicken. Me and James are posting pictures of or dogs,
Let's go.
and Ethan was like, hey guys, this is a cock channel. You gotta post pictures of cocks. And then I posted this like really weird chicken picture, and we're just talking about that, calling it a cock pic and all that kind of stuff. You know, boys being boys, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the whole story with the context. Is I'm not gonna say, I don't want to out of context say I posted a cock pic.
Leave it to me.
What did I just heard? Seth's gone. Seth's back. I don't even know. Bro heard cock pics, then just left.
How do you mute servers again?
This is dire.
You can hover over the server icon on the right, then you just right click it, and then it'll be one of the options. I was gonna say, did me mentioning cockpit scare you?
Well, I was on the user settings and I was trying to go back, but then it completely exited out of Discord and like sent me back to Google.
What's my strategy?
Shall we?
I think my version of the story's funnier. I think it's funnier just to blame cockpicks.
It's not letting me do that.
Well, then I guess you don't mute it. Well, you don't need to. YouTube's not hearing your Discord sound effects. They're hearing my Discord sound effects. That's the problem. Hearing my sound
Yeah,
effects.
but I also don't want like a whole ton of Discord sounds
I'll
coming
do my best.
through my computer.
But it's funny.
Shall we?
All these little plebeians are so injured. And then there's Claude, who's literally in a room by himself. At 3 low. He's already 3 low. There, door's open. I'm literally just waiting for the dude to arrive. Although, technically, now the what's it called? The fudge. Oh, come on, really? Another archer killing Hilda? He doesn't have stride in effect. Oh, he can still, I still think he can reach without stride. There we go. Claude got gambited.
Must press on.
Do you ever store? No, you goddamn it! I had to wait another turn just because of that. It's a stupid game and its stupid ass mechanics.
So close. Steady now.
Truly impressive.
Yeah, kill that Viscount because he's annoying me. And just make sure nobody else gets it up the ass, essentially. Then I'm out golden to win next turn. Yay! And no one will get hit, but like bottom by left, and technically the do. The dude's pretty weak. Chances are he'll die. Yeah, if you don't like rescue him ASAP, or just end the map.
Your ideals.
Like
I understand
I'm doing
they're
now.
not so far removed from my own. But without sufficient knowledge of this land's suffering, I can't entrust Fodlan to you.
Perhaps. I dare say it's true that I don't fully understand the history of Fodlan. Still, I've seen many things in my life. Don't worry. I'll finish the job for you.
It looks as though my path will end here. My teacher, claim your victory. Strike me down.
Yeah,
You
he's
must.
not your teacher.
We're not your teacher.
Yeah,
Exactly.
This is a cutscene reused from Silver
This land,
Snow.
People are killing each other. If you do
Huh.
not act now, this conflict will go on forever. Your path lies across my grave. It is time for you to find the courage to walk it. If I must fall, let it be by your hand. I wanted to walk with you.
Woot 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 choo choo. I have my 3DS as well, YouTube, so I could play
We were only able to be here
Fate's
because of you.
Conquest
This wasn't
during
the
like
conclusion I
supports
hoped
and
for, even though
crap.
Never mind. It's over now. The important thing is that we won.
Here, boy. A letter. An Imperial General asked me to give it to you.
A letter? Let's see it. It looks like it's from Hubert, Edelgard's vassal.
If you are reading this letter, that means I have perished. As Her Majesty would never surrender to another, I can only assume she has fallen as well. It greatly pains me to think of this coming to pass. That said, as the survivors, I must ask you to settle certain affairs in our stead. You must destroy the threat that slithers in the dark. I am sure you must recall Monica and Tomas. Their allies yet live. They hold deep resentment against the children of the goddess and the people of the world. And they are biding their time until they can exact revenge. If left to their own devices, it is certain they will eventually bring unimaginable calamity and suffering to the world. I detected their sorcery when you took Fort Mercius. I have deduced the location of their stronghold, Shambhala. You will find its whereabouts enclosed.
Oh yeah,
There is no
Shambhala
question
these
that they are
nuts.
the enemies of everyone in Fodlan. Do not allow yourselves to forget that. Lastly, while I cannot say she is in good health, the Archbishop resides in a secret chamber in the Imperial Palace. I have shared the location of the entrance to that secret chamber with the person to whom I have entrusted this letter. I believe that Her Majesty will be victorious. Even still, I must plan for her defeat as well. If you wish to lead this world, I challenge you to rise to the occasion and surpass my estimation of you. Such is your obligation as the victors, and the only fitting tribute to all that Lady Edelgard sacrificed.
Hubert, to leave a letter like this behind, you were a better man than I believed you to be. So, Rhea is alive, and the fight isn't over yet. Those who slither in the dark, It sounds like Fodlan will never know peace unless we defeat them. The allies of Monica and Tomas, well, we knew about them already. I think it's safe to assume this is the same group who used Lysithea for their blood experiments. And they were also responsible for the javelins of light that destroyed the fortress. But who are these children of the goddess who they supposedly resent? There's just not enough information here. I don't suppose there's any chance that this is his idea of a prank. If so, wow, good one. Hubert, rather than writing a letter, you should have just told us before we fought. Right. We still don't know for sure if this letter is telling the truth. Let's go find out.
You have come to save me.
Sadly.
Is this a dream? I have longed to see you again all this time. Is it truly you? Claude, I can see you have grown into a reliable young man. Thank you for supporting the professor and for rescuing me. Surely the protection of the goddess has...
Wait, Rhea. What do you know about the children of the goddess?
Children of... What is this about?
Forgive my bluntness. Someone from the Empire filled us in on a few things. I know it must be painful for us to ask you difficult questions after such an arduous confinement. But we have no choice. We must defeat a secret enemy. Those who slither in the dark. Do you know about them?
Those who slither in the dark.
Apparently, they resent the children of the goddess and the people of the world, and are planning something big, something terrible. They use blood for their wicked magic and are capable of dropping javelins of light from the sky, which are powerful enough to crush a fortress. If you can think of anything at all, please tell us now. We need to know as much as possible about these enemies in order to stop them. This is the critical moment that will determine whether or not Fodlan falls. Can't you see that the time for secrets has passed?
It is true that there is a group of people who have slithered in the darkness and threatened the peace of Fodlan since ancient times. I am sure you have heard the stories of a man named Nemesis.
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He's the hero to whom the goddess gave the Sword of the Creator.
Nemesis was originally the leader of a group of bandits. He plundered the Holy Tomb and stole the remains of the progenitor god. When Nemesis appeared in Xanadu some time later, he already wielded the Sword of the Creator.
Xanadu, the Red Canyon.
I do not know how Nemesis obtained the sword, or why he appeared in Xanadu, but he used that sword to massacre the people there, the children of the progenitor god. From their corpses he gained even more power, and brought war to Fodlan.
That's completely different from what the legends tell us about Nemesis.
A mere bandit like Nemesis would not have been capable of anything so monstrous on his own.
Aha, so Nemesis had accomplices. And those accomplices must have been those who slither in the dark. They used Nemesis. And this time, they used the Imperial Army to once again bring war to Fodlan. I finally get it. And I even understand why Edelgard was associating with them. Just as they were trying to use the Empire was trying to use them. Rhea, there's still a mountain of things I need to ask you. And I will. But I'll leave all of that for another day. You must be weak after living in confinement for so long. Please rest for a while. My friend, let's prepare for battle. We need to strike Shambhala as soon as possible.
You must not allow Fodlan's bloody history, the Red Canyon tragedy, to repeat itself.
It occurs to me that we never got an answer from Rhea about the children of the goddess. She did say that the people of the Red Canyon were the children of the progenitor god, so I suppose so. But those evil guys continued to plot their revenge even after the Red Canyon tragedy. Does that mean some of the children of the goddess, or their descendants, are still alive?
Pretty sure you were just talking to one.
Maybe? Though, I get the feeling you're something else altogether. What are these children anyway? And how are they connected to the goddess? I almost disappeared into the bottomless swamp that is my mind. I thought that after we defeated the Empire, I'd be able to see that sight I longed to see. I've told you about my dreams before. I want to break down the wall separating Fodlan from the outside world. The sight I want to see lies beyond that. Honestly, it's a trivial thing to fixate on. Just people, gathered in their towns, living out their lives together, sometimes laughing, sometimes fighting. But the people living there aren't just citizens of Fodlan. There are people from Dagda, Bridget, and even Dusker and Srang. There could be people who were born in Elmira, or countries even farther east there, too. All of those people living together like it's nothing special at all. That's the side I long to see. It's so simple, but still so far away. But this is no time for complaining. We need to focus on capturing Shambhala. Let's hurry up and gather everyone together.
So, you mean to tell me that Fodlan will fall to ruin if we leave those guys be?
If this map is reliable, their base is just south of my family's territory.
This story is a bit much to believe. And yet...
It does ring true, somehow.
Remember Monica, the one who killed Gerald, and the old man who was masquerading as Tomas? They were their allies, and the Flame Emperor and the Death Knight were merely their pawns.
They were also the ones who used me to conduct their blood experiments.
As awful as it sounds, they're seemingly fond of using blood in their secret techniques.
Ugh, that's really gross. I could never be friends with someone like that.
I believe they were also responsible for the Javelin of Light that destroyed Fort Mercius.
Hold up, boy. Do you really think that we can win against such powerful foes?
I don't know. We have to try, don't we?
We've really taken on something big. I wonder if our names will go down in history.
My heroic name, passed down to future generations? A worthy cause indeed.
How
They
long
were
is this
trying
story
to
going
use
to go
the
on for?
Imperial Army to
Jesus.
plunge Fodlan into war.
It's been like
We
15
nipped that in the
minutes.
bud.
I'm going to put
Now
on
we
Doctor
just need
Who.
to tear
Like,
out their
jeez.
roots. And I
Okay.
know we have what it takes to do it.
Oh, of course, it freaking ended. Bruh. 2 more maps, and then we're done with this route. Yay. That's all I have to
Part
say
2,
on that matter.
Verdant Wind.
Yay.
Blue Sea Moon. The city without light.
Yeah, I agree with you, Seth. I agree. It is pretty Pogger gamer moment.
Immediately
Pogger,
following
Pogger,
Edelgard's
Pogger.
defeat, the Alliance army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire. Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fodlan, and so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
just don't
More
get it.
oh my. Okay, Doctor Who.
What is it, Claude?
Those javelins of light. They were trying to use it to kill us at Fort Mercius, right? But then why not drop it on Garreg Mach? They must have known for a while that we were here.
It is not that they chose to refrain, but rather that they were unable to do so.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fodlan is in danger.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a javelin of light here?
Once, a very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air and landed in Aelel instead.
ALL, the Valley of Torment. So that's what the wreckage of those javelins of light looks like.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the Holy Tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery? But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Despite that, the javelins of light only fell on Fort Mercius.
In his letter, Hubert said that he detected their magic when the fort fell. In other words, because they used a javelin of light, Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
So they didn't use it before then because they didn't want us to know where their base is?
In any case, those javelins of light must be something they can't just use whenever they want. And they finally decided to use one where they were sure they'd
I
be
got
able to
Dog's
finish us
attention
off.
with that yawn.
It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives.
And how I did that yawn was immediately replicated in Doctor Who by the music.
It's
Like,
possible that the
exactly.
enemy
That
hasn't
was
yet
that
realized
was
that we've
good
learned the
timing, I
location of
guess.
their
Holy,
base.
holy,
If so, the
wow.
guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
I will accompany you. Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
We don't know exactly what we're up against here, but having you around is very reassuring, Rhea. Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
Potato soup. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll hit the gamer explore button. I don't. Anyways, let's do some supports. Yeah. I say we start by wiping out all the Claude ones, because why the heck not? Why not?
Do you have an itch back there? I guess you can't scratch it on your own, can you?
Hi, Marianne.
Oh, Claude. It's just you.
Sorry, I know you're in the middle of an important discussion with Dorte, but could I talk to you?
About what?
It's about this thing you think you're burdened with. I've tried to guess what it is.
Please don't. This is making me a little uncomfortable.
There's no reason to feel uncomfortable. It's not like I plan on saying it aloud. But if my guess is correct, there's something I want to tell you. Will you hear me out?
Fine. I will listen.
Once upon a time, in a faraway place.
What the... Are you telling me a story?
Just listen. Once upon a time, in a faraway place, there was a young boy. This boy came from a despised lineage. In short, his mother was a daughter of the enemy. So the young boy was treated horribly by everyone around him. He hadn't done anything wrong. Everyone hated him simply for existing. Yelling, fighting back, explaining himself. Nothing he did could change his situation. When he was finally old enough, he ran far away from home. He escaped.
It sounds to me like he had no choice. I would have done the same had it been me.
Thing is, after he ran away, he still found himself in the very same position. People in the outside world hated him for where he came from.
Well, now that's...
The boy thought he had no place to go. all he could do was destroy the boundary between the inside and the outside worlds.
Destroy the boundaries?
Right. If there was no outside and inside, just one side to share, then the people outside wouldn't have a reason to hate him anymore, right? It wouldn't be easy, but if he managed it, he could shrug off that burden. The point is, people are born with burdens to carry. That much is undeniable. But whether they bind us or we cast them aside, that's up to us. So I think you should try to cast yours aside, Marianne. Put that heavy burden down. It's time.
But I don't know if I can do it.
It's okay. I'm here for you. We're the same, and I can help you.
The same? Claude, we have nothing in common.
Hey, did you see that, Dorte? Your friend just smiled at me.
Thank you for sharing your story. I suppose I could try casting aside burden, as you say. We can try together.
Let's do that. And when we're free, we can change the whole world.
Okay.
That was a nice chord. I liked that one.
Got another battle coming up.
I did not pay a lick of attention to it.
Winning is always the goal. At any rate, I've done everything I can to prepare.
That's the right attitude. I'm sure they're doing all they can on their side, too.
I don't doubt it, but however strong they are, it's no more than a Fodlan concern. Who knows how far this world extends beyond the boundaries of Fodlan? Talk of strength or weakness doesn't amount to much when it's only in relation to a tiny corner of the world.
Guess you're right. Thinking about it like that, even this war seems like a storm in a teacup.
Exactly. It's nothing more than an internal quarrel amongst the people of Fodlan.
Typical laid-back Claude. I always like talking to you. Your perspective on the world is so refreshing. Things I thought were obvious turn out not to be.
The way you think, that changes the way you see things. Common sense never tells the whole story. It's similar to what we were talking about before, about how you need to doubt yourself first.
True enough, but where did you get these ideas? That perspective of looking past the walls of Fodlan, when it's all we can see in front of us.
Do you really want to know?
I do.
But I'm afraid now isn't the time. When this war is won, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be easier for me to show you than to tell you.
Show me. Are we going somewhere?
It's quite a distance. You'll start to appreciate how big the world is if you go.
Sounds eye-opening. I'll look forward to it. Can we call it a promise?
Yes, it's a promise. But first, let's win this war and leave it far behind us.
That was a much shorter support. Hot dang. Oh, we're almost done with Claude.
Do you remember this place? This is where your dagger almost took my nose off.
Ah, yes. The poisonous spider.
You really scared me senseless back then. I thought I was about to die.
I would not take a life without reason.
Ever since then, I've been intrigued by you. Somehow, I keep returning to this spot.
For a nap, I'm sure.
You see right through me, don't you? But it's true that I think about you a lot. What are you gonna do once the war is over? Have you decided on your next place to belong?
I haven't given it much thought.
Will you go back to Dagda?
There was no one waiting for me there, and no reason to hurry back. Besides, I've grown accustomed to the nomadic lifestyle. I can make do wherever I find myself. Though, I may be interested in visiting Almyra.
Almyra? That's a bit out of nowhere.
It's as far from my homeland as possible. That's reason enough for me. And you? Where will you go?
Oh, I haven't decided anything just yet. But if you're heading to Almyra, maybe I should pay a visit to Dagda.
Why would you do that?
Because it's where you grew up. That certainly warrants a look. And once we've both seen our fill, how about we plan to meet back up somewhere in Fodlan?
And do what?
We can tell each other where we're headed next. Who knows, we might find ourselves belonging in the same place again. Though if we do, I hope it'll turn out to be more permanent than this temporary coincidence.
We can decide where we belong when we get there.
True. The future's more fun when you don't know what it holds. I look forward to finding out, Shamir.
Okay, wow. That first support was just long, I guess. Okay.
Sorry, Claude. You can't go past.
Huh? Ah, Cyril, it's you. I've got something I need to check in the Holy Tomb. You didn't say anything when we came here with Teach.
Lady Rhea said it was okay for you to go in there just that one time, but not anymore. I gotta do what Lady Rhea says. You wanna break them rules? Then you'll be her enemy. If you're trying to do that, I'll have to fight you.
Fine, I get it. I wouldn't hesitate to make an enemy of Rhea if it came to that. But I'd rather not fight with you. So I'll back off. For now.
Why is that?
Does it matter?
Dunno. With your status, you could smack me to the ground and walk right over me.
I guess. But I wouldn't. We're friends.
I thought you were the kind of guy who'd smack down just about anybody if you needed to.
You really are a stubborn one. All right then, I'll tell you. I swore I'd change this world so that those without status are no longer oppressed. Though you were never one of the people I was hoping to save. I never knew that there were people in Elmira in your kind of situation. I realized that my own perspective was too narrow. You helped me realize that. So, I owe you.
Did you just say you're all about saving people who are oppressed? Really?
I did. Is it so strange to hear that from me?
It's just... you reminded me of Lady Rhea there for a second. Lady Rhea always tried to save us folks without any status in the world. Like when she let an outsider like me stay at the monastery. That was real nice. She brought in those kids from Remire Village when they lost their parents, and...
Well, I'm not a religious man. I'm sure Rhea wouldn't want to be lumped in with a guy like me.
Lady Rhea didn't do those things because the goddess told her she should. She did it because she wanted to. I can tell you that.
I see. In that case, maybe I don't need to make an enemy of her. Thanks, Cyril. I think you've brought me a step closer to my dream.
Thanks to you too, Claude. If I was able to help you, then that makes me happy.
Balthus, you and I are of like minds, so I'd like to get your opinion on something.
Oh, is this about the age thing? As a rule, so long as she's younger than my own mother, it's fair game, pal.
Noted, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. Ever, really. Do you remember what I said about the first thing we need to accomplish in this war?
That bit about busting open the lid that keeps the people of Fodlan from the rest of the world?
That's right. I'd like to know your thoughts on the matter.
Okay. Well, everyone seemed to eat it up, so I'm fine with it too. Certainly not against it. In a world like that, my mom wouldn't have to fear what others think of her. But it all hinges on if you can shape reality into the vision you have in mind. That's no small task.
I had a feeling you'd say something like that. Please, go on.
I'm all for mixing up different ways of life and bloodlines. But who knows what it'll really mean for Fodlan? We'll be free from things that previously bound us. Walls will crumble. Things will change. Drastically. At the same time, the world we've defended for years could easily become unrecognizable. Everything we've built up until now could fall to ash. Hard to say how it'll all shake out. All we can do is wait and see. Maybe all will end well. Or maybe not.
All I want is for everyone to accept each other. That's the ideal I'm striving for. It's deceptively simple when you think about it.
Look, if getting exactly what you wanted was easy, I'd be drowning in gold. Don't get caught up in the stakes. You just have to throw the dice and see where they fall.
Good advice. That's all we can ever do, really. I just have to do my best and prepare for the worst.
You got it. I can't help with funding, obviously, but you have my support.
Speaking of funds, you're You're not planning to sell the secrets of my origins for a quick payoff, right? There are people with deep pockets who'd love to see me fall. They'd pay well for information like that.
Don't worry, Claude. I wouldn't sell out a friend. Not even for a small fortune. Most likely.
Yeah, that's not worrisome at all.
I was just kidding. After all, I have that promise to look forward to. You won't let me down, right?
Oh, of course not. And that promise was what exactly?
About hooking me up with your mom. After we bust open that lid, of course.
Of course. Age difference aside, you know she's married, right?
I'm not a loon, Claude. I'm not trying to marry her. I just want some closure with my childhood crush.
Is that a fact? Well, it'll be interesting to see whether my father can kill you before my mother beats him to it.
That's all the Claude supports, like, ever, bro. These supports are actually going...
Lysithea,
a lot of these have been
good for you
short.
to expose yourself to such strong sunlight, and a chill could steal upon you at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle. You have been running yourself absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Enough is enough. I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
I'm only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine today, and I'm perfectly capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else. I just want to do my own thing, bring order to the Alliance, and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical. If you are healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you ought to live just as long as anyone else.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
If you want a healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I sent for the finest in wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
That was pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lawrence. Thank you for being so thoughtful. Still, I don't need bushels and bushels of them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean, I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible, and for as long as possible.
Truly? Oh, I'm so glad. I feel the same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become. So let us walk, side by side, toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Why are you flustered? What is there to be embarrassed about? You know I will always care for you.
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come. After all, the future of Fodlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
I won't give up on myself either. Thanks for caring, Lawrence.
Oh boy! Oh, Lawrence is almost done too. That's also a relief.
Lawrence, look!
What is it, Hilda? Ah, a letter from your brother?
That's right. Though part of me thinks it's some stranger imitating my brother's handwriting. He's never given me this much praise. Hilda, you've learnt the value of persistence. You're really maturing, stuff like that. Usually his letters are like, I'm worried about you, and stop being so lazy.
Since I have fought by your side, I can assure you that his praise is genuine and entirely deserved.
I've written about fighting in plenty of letters. Why is he so gushy this time around?
I would venture to guess that your depictions of battle are more passionate than before. It's no surprise that such authenticity would resonate with a veteran warrior like your brother.
If that's true, I have you to thank.
Is it actually Lawrence that wrote the letter?
Myself into battle.
I don't know. I'm not paying
Does
attention,
everyone
so.
think I'm a tough warrior now? I don't
want to be stuck with our high
I've seen most of these supports
Would
before.
that be so terrible? You are gifted, you know. Not to say that your lackadaisical nature has failed to endear itself to me.
I'll choose to take that as a compliment.
Speaking of letters, did you keep your promise? Did you, mention me?
I did. I told my brother all about you. I said you were a uniquely gifted leader who could inspire people to be their best selves. And I said that you'll be a real asset to the Alliance. I also told him how I wished you could join our family. He responded that he'd be honored to call you his brother.
Truly? Oh, to have such a valiant brother would be beyond my wildest expectations.
Lawrence? You know what I mean about you joining our family, right?
I believe I do. And I confess, if I am correct, that the same thought has preoccupied me as well. But you must forgive me. Now is not the time. Before we can consider our own future, we must first end this war. We must secure a peaceful world.
And if we do attain a peaceful world, then what? Come on! Just say it.
As much as I'd like to grant that request, I cannot. This is something that will deeply affect our lives. It must be said at the proper time and place, with the most artfully chosen words, and the perfect offering. I am Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, after all.
I'm not usually one for waiting around, but maybe I'll make an exception in his case.
It's only a scratch, Leonie. I'm all right.
One mistake like that in battle and you're done. This is your weapon hand, isn't it? Let me stop the blood.
Apologies for the trouble.
No trouble, and no apologies. Thanks is what you say when a friend helps you out. Darn.
What's wrong?
I need a bandage to stop the bleeding, but this is all I've got.
My handkerchief.
I was only carrying it around to give back to you anyway. Mind if I use it for this?
Very well. I suppose that's fitting in a way.
I guess so. Not that I'm happy you're bleeding. I'm glad you'll accept it, though. In the past, you might have refused it.
Yes. I might have made it an issue of commoners giving aid to the nobility or some such.
I didn't understand why you were so strict about it, but I think I kind of get it now. You know, if every noble were like you, the world would be a better place.
Perhaps, but you were right. Many great deeds are accomplished by friends working together, especially when those friends are as capable as you.
Me?
I hope this is not the first time I have told you this, Leonie, but you are an exceptional individual. By insisting on matters of status in dealing with you, I have done you a terrible disservice. For that, please accept my apology. Let us promise to look out for one another as friends from now on.
No need for vows. That's how I've always seen it. You weren't wrong about nobles and commoners each having their own roles. But the important thing is we help each other.
That is precisely what being friends with you has helped me to understand. In fact, I've begun somewhat to think of you as rather something more.
Huh? Sorry, what did you say?
I said, I hope we'll always give each other support.
Lawrence, you and Hilda literally just confessed to each other.
Lauren's like confesses love for everyone. That's the kind of guy he is.
Hey, Raphael. Reading a letter?
Well, if it isn't old Ignatz. I got a message here from my sis.
Oh, a letter from Maya. I haven't seen her in so long. I bet she's all grown up.
Nah, she's still a shrimp. It's been a while since I saw her, but she's probably only up to your shoulders.
Wow. I can't believe she's gotten that tall.
I wrote to tell her about how we're friends again. Do you remember this?
Is that the picture I drew for her?
She sent it along with the letter. I guess she held on to it since we were kids. All right, that's enough looking. She said to show it to you and send it right back.
To think she's handling my little doodle with such reverence. That warms my heart. I remember the day I gave Maya that drawing. She looked so happy. Before then, I never knew I could make people happy with art. It was a revelation. I've been drawing and painting ever since, in hopes of becoming an artist one day.
You're much better now, so it must be paying off. I bet you could be a real artist.
No, that's not possible, I'm afraid. I have to consider my parents' wishes.
Who cares what your parents want? It's not like you're a noble or nothing. Your fate is your own.
Huh. You think so?
I know so. And I'm gonna support you with whatever dream you got. Okay, let me see. What's the first step to follow your dreams? Oh, got it. You should paint me.
Paint you?
Yeah. I want my little sis to know how good I'm doing here. So I gotta send her proof. Plus, she'll be doubly impressed if it's a painting you made.
Good point. I can certainly try to capture your likeness. I'll paint you with a warm, cheerful expression on your face to bring Maya comfort.
My face? No way! You gotta get my muscles in there. Mostly my chest and arms.
Are you sure that's what she'd want to see?
Wait! Before you start painting, I gotta get me a little more training in. If my muscles aren't bulging, then what's the point?
I'm not sure about this.
Where is that darn ladder?
Need help with something, Lysithia?
I can't find the ladder anywhere, and I needed to check out the books up on that top shelf.
Want me to just grab one for you?
No, I need to be able to dig around myself.
No problem. You can sit on my shoulders instead. Up you go.
Hang on a sec. That's not... I hope nobody saw that. Anyway, thank you. That was helpful. I can't believe how many fantastic books were hidden just out of reach up there. Thanks for being so patient while I rummaged.
No problem at all. It was my pleasure.
Hey, Raphael. You're always extra nice to me. Is it because I remind you of your sister Maya?
Yeah, I can't help but think about her whenever I see you around. We lost our parents when she was still real little, so she never had adults around to do stuff for her. That's probably why she grew up to be the kind of kid who wants to do everything on her own.
That's certainly something I can relate to.
I keep telling her that it's okay to rely on her big bro a little bit. Like, when there's stuff she can't do because she's too small, she just needs to ask someone bigger to do it. I told her that she could help me when I'm having trouble with stuff too. Then we would be even.
Young or old, we can all help one another out. We each have our strengths and weaknesses. Receiving help and providing help in return. It sounds so simple, really.
It is simple! I knew you'd get it.
I do. And I hope you understand that you can come to me for help too, Raphael. I can't be the only one receiving aid. It makes me feel incompetent and like a kid. I hate that.
Alright then. You could help me clean up my room.
I bet it's a disaster knowing you. I'll help you on that front, but I've got some rules on how to keep things tidy. You'll need to listen up.
If you could help with the actual tidying, that would probably be better. No need to bother with rules. I don't really do so good with remembering the complicated stuff. Oh! I got an idea! It would be even better if you could just come by and tidy up from now on! If you keep helping me, then I can help you whenever you need it. No guilt.
Whenever I need it, huh? How long does that offer hold?
From now on. Like for always. I don't know what's so difficult to understand.
For always sounds nice. I'm fine with that.
Marianne! Come here! Quick!
Oh, what's wrong, Raphael?
It's that bird you were talking to! I just found him! See? Right there on the lower branch. That's gotta be him. But he looks a little sad for some reason.
You're right. Do you mind if I handle this? Hello there, Mr. Bird. How do you do? Yes, I see. I see. So your food supply is...
Food? I got it.
I completely understand. I have seen more people and birds foraging for berries lately. It would be ideal if those berries were growing in another forest nearby. Then you wouldn't have to.
Are you hungry, Mr. Bird? I got just what you need.
Are those bugs? Yuck.
Look at him go. He's loving it. He's gonna get so big and strong after this.
That was disgusting. But how did you know he was hungry?
I could tell by looking at him. He looked hungry and weak. More importantly, I saw what you did. That bird wasn't speaking human, so you gotta understand birdese. I knew it.
Oh, about that. I'm sorry, Raphael, but I need to tell you the truth. I can sort of understand what animals are thinking when I look at them, but I can't speak to them. I'm sorry for leading you on.
Oh, I see. What about me then? Can you tell what I'm thinking when you look at me?
No, Raphael. I can't.
Well, of course not. You're not even looking at me. You gotta look at my eyes.
Nope, still can't do it.
I guess I just gotta tell you. I'm thinking it would be nice if you talked to me the way you talk to animals.
What do you mean?
Whenever you talk to animals, you seem happy and friendly. I just wish you'd talk to me like that too.
I'm so sorry, Raphael. I didn't know.
What if I tried this? Cheep cheep chiree choo choo doo!
What the?
Whoa! I've never heard you laugh before. I should have talked to you in birdese sooner. Cheep chirah cheeply woo teedledee!
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that one.
I said you gotta eat bugs to grow big and strong, just like Mr. Bird.
I think I'll have to pass.
Okay, wow, there's still more Raphael ones? Oh, this is the last one, okay.
Mission complete.
One more after this, probably, YouTube.
Let's report
I'll
back.
quickly count them all up.
Well
There
done
may
out
be
there,
two
Raphael.
more.
Did I do good? My presence wasn't too leaky or anything?
You weren't perfect. But you were good enough. The enemy didn't notice you, and that's all that counts. You should do well in battle, too.
Oh, yeah! Thanks for taking me on the mission with you, Shamir. Now, how can I repay you?
Please, there's no need.
Aw, come on. Don't be like that. I swear, I'll do whatever I can to...
Okay, if you insist. Then go back to the way you were. That's enough for me.
I don't get it.
You're now able to go undetected on the battlefield, but usually you...
Ah, I know. I spent too much energy trying to hide my presence. I gotta train more so it comes naturally.
I was actually going to suggest the opposite. Your presence is a comfort to your allies. I am also more comfortable knowing that you're around.
Really? If that's how you feel, then we gotta stick together. We can eat meals together, train together, hang out together, or...
No. I mean, that won't be necessary.
Oh, alright. I guess I'll leave you alone then.
That's not what I meant either. I won't stop you if you wish to continue working with me. Let's do recon again sometime.
Really? That's great! I can't wait!
Yeah, we're so close to the next Feb banner, YouTube. We're going to do 2 more supports. Plus, I think I miscounted. I feel like there's more than 7. I feel like there's more than 8 remaining supports. I think I miscounted somewhere. And because all the remaining supports are supposed to be next video, but I feel like there's too many left, so I might actually do 2 more in addition.
Hey.
I don't know yet. That's the future me problem. By future me, I mean 1 video
Something
future.
I can do for you?
Can you help me out with my shopping?
Yes, of course. You need me to carry stuff?
Actually, can you pick up some tea for me? I'd do it, but I'm drowning in work.
You're so busy you can't go shopping. Okay. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
I'm not too picky. I just like having it around, really. Whatever's cheapest works for me. Here's some money.
One question. Why me? You don't really need my help for this.
I just thought I could lean on you a bit. You know, rather than trying to do everything on my own.
Right, I see. Well, good. I'm glad you decided to approach me. But for this particular task, you might be better off doing it yourself.
Oh?
There are so many different kinds of tea, and I'm not very discerning. What if I get you one you don't like? When I do my own shopping, I pick a tea at random. Otherwise, I'd be paralyzed by all the choices. It's the same with food. Sometimes I stare and stare at the options and never decide.
You look like you were doing just fine when you went to get groceries the other day.
I really had to push myself to do that alone. I don't think I can do that again. Sorry.
Uh-huh. So, you've stopped trying to do things on your own, then?
Yeah. Still, though. For today, how about you have some of my tea? If that'll do.
Sounds nice, sure. Do you mind brewing mine while you're at it?
Okay. Though I can't do it as skillfully as Lawrence, I'm afraid. I'll get it ready right away. Feel free to start focusing on your work.
Oh my goodness, 1 minute until the next Fae banner. And maybe a Fed channel. In that case, I'll just skip to the new heroes part YouTube because I don't care about everything else. And everything else I'll just listen to as I do the in-between stuff. So that's it. That's time. It never like wants to immediately load on YouTube. Like always takes ages. So I'll use Twitter.
But with you, it's different.
Well, there aren't many things I can do, frankly.
It's just a new heroes banner.
Will do. So if you need
Okay, let's
anything,
find out what it is.
and I'll try to help.
You really are unreliable.
It is not Thracia. It is Shadows of Valentia. Okay. I'm already going to tell you, YouTube, I'm going to have literally no opinion. Other than, it's not Thracia.
Teapot. Tea leaves on the carpet. This'll be fun to clean up.
Hey, Hilda. Is something
I also still have Doctor Who running. I have audio coming in from 3 ways, so if Seth starts talking, I'm going to have audio coming in from 4 different sources, and it's kind of overwhelming. It's like, what am I supposed to listen to?
Oh, that's a mess. Here, let me help.
Oh, and technically my own, because I monitor audio.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, frick yeah, Myson, finally.
I'm on a break.
Good art,
What's
too.
that in your hands? Oh, painting supplies. You were gonna go do some painting, weren't you?
Yes. The weather's quite splendid, and I found a place where some gorgeous flowers are blooming. But the flowers aren't going anywhere this second. Let's clean this up.
Okay.
New hero type, whoa.
Thanks, Ignatz. And sorry to keep you away from your painting.
That's okay. It didn't stain, at least. We picked all the leaves out of the carpet.
Still going painting? Or is it too late in the day?
No, I think time-wise it'll be fine. If you're not doing anything, Hilda, would you care to join me? I'm sorry.
Okay, people are not going to be happy.
Forget what I said. I'm sure you're busy anyway.
What the fuck?
You didn't let me say anything.
Well,
what?
There's 2 OCs on this banner. Shit banner.
I never said I didn't want to. I was just surprised. I'd love to see those pretty flowers you mentioned. I'm glad you invited me.
Okay, never mind.
Wait.
I no longer have a neutral opinion on this banner. It's literal ass.
Of course I am.
Why did we need 2 OCs? What a waste of a banner. I'm so glad it isn't a Thracia banner.
So there's no need to worry that an invitation is burdening someone.
It feels good to be
What a
asked.
trash fest of a banner. Oh my
Of
god.
course,
Time to
of course.
post, time
Well,
to
then,
comment on Reddit saying
In
how
addition to
ass
seeing the
this
flowers
is.
with me, would you like to help with my painting?
I
Okay,
wouldn't
let's
wanna
also pause
screw up
Doctor
your
Who.
opus. I'm not much of a painter.
No, I meant that I'd like to paint you. The flowers all around you. Oh, that's too much, isn't it? Forget I said anything.
Silly, you didn't even let me answer. But you're right, I'm not up for that.
I'm sorry,
I'm not up for that, unless your painting of me will look really, really cute. Can you make that happen?
Huh? Yes, of course. I'll paint you cute as a button.
Good. Shouldn't be too hard. I can feel a very cute smile coming on.
Okay, like I said, though, we are still doing one more.
Hey, Ignatz. Drawing again?
I am. I suppose that's rather irresponsible, as we're in the midst of a war. But ever since we last spoke, I felt keen to pursue my artistic aspirations.
Like I said, it's your calling. Don't feel bad about it.
All right, I'll try to embrace it. And you, are you practicing archery today?
More just double-checking this bowstring. I want to make sure it's ready for the next battle.
Okay. Well, let's both do our best.
That's the spirit. Does that mean you finally accepted that you're an artist?
I'll try to discuss it with my parents after the war. There's little demand for knights in peacetime. In fact, painting might be a more reliable way for me to support my family. I'll try to persuade them with arguments along those lines.
Good point. I'm glad you've got some confidence.
Come to think of it, Leonie, what will you do when the war's over?
Me? I'm going to become a top-tier mercenary.
A mercenary in peacetime?
Even after the war's over, there'll be plenty of work for me to do before peace really takes hold. I'll pay what I owe my village back, with interest. After that, I don't know. Never thought about it.
I'm sure you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Hardly. Lots of options just don't suit me. I mean, could you imagine me as a songstress? But yeah, I don't know. Once I've paid off my debts, I guess I'll just have to find something new.
I don't think there's any rush. You can travel and relax, and think about it.
Travel, huh? There's an idea. Want to come with?
Huh? Me?
Sure. You were really excited about different styles across the world, weren't you? Don't you want more of that? Maybe even see the sky in a new shade.
Yes, I suppose I do. I'd like to see the whole world.
If your parents object, we'll just say I kidnapped you. Actually, feel free to say that even if you go alone.
Oh no, I want us to see the world together. Your presence makes every landscape more beautiful.
Hey, hold on. What's this all of a sudden?
Oh, that's not what I meant.
You're hilarious, Ignatz. There's never a dull moment with you around.
Oh, I'm rage typing, so we're doing one more YouTube. Because I don't want to outro.
Petra, you always seem so focused on your training.
Ignatz, are you wanting something from me?
I want to apologize about the glasses debacle.
Apologize?
How did I hear a
I will
Discord
give you my
notification? Where did
forgiveness,
that come from?
But I am not understanding.
When I laughed at what you said,
Wasn't
I felt
from
really
me.
bad for doing that. I'm realizing that I can learn a lot from you.
Oh, it's a DM.
You are learning new things from me? What kind of learning?
Nothing specific, but more like you really take things seriously. You approach the world with genuine curiosity and consider it carefully. You have a sincere, wholehearted approach to learning new things. I envy that.
I am thinking you also have great seriousness. That is why you
Oh
are
my
worrying.
gosh. And I typed that
your
giant
worrying
ass
is not
rage
necessary.
comment on the salt
so?
thread on the Fair Reddit
That's
on
kind
my
of reassuring.
cake day.
Also, you have much kindness.
That's funny.
You are apologizing for the smallest of things. Your heart is overflowing
I-
with compassion.
I'm prepared to say YouTube, and hopefully this comment does not age bad in the time that it takes for this video to record and be aired, which is a big gap. That is the worst fucking banner I've ever seen in Fire Emblem Heroes. It is literally trash.
Because I wear glasses?
That final one
Holy
was
cow.
I do not always have
I
to be
can't.
serious.
I am at very most of the time, especially these days, the Sultan hype threads are so disproportionate with the amount of comments. There's been a couple of banners where it's been more even, but I already expect that this Salt mega thread is gonna, like the hype thread's gonna be extremely small.
It's greatly important for us to be understanding each other.
I think so too. I've been hoping to learn more about you.
Then we can be spending much more time with each other and learning much.
Well, YouTube, get out. That's the outro. Just bye.